Hey there crew members, Starfleet personnel. The previous video that I just did a few days ago concerning the bridge, the response has been incredible. Many comments, inputs, suggestions, encouragement. Really blown away by that, really encouraged by that. And I consider this to be my model, but the Enterprise itself is our ship, and I'm talking specifically about the original Enterprise here, and those in my age group that grew up with that from like the age of, I've grown up with it since the age of 6, and the Enterprise became our home really for many of us, or a second home, and so I see this as our ship. Okay, so when you send input to me about, whether it's encouragement, some of the encouragement just, it almost brings me to tears, because I know that there are people out there of my age group that love this original ship as much as I do. And, just the input, the enthusiasm, everything about it. So just let me know, I'm not going to go rambling on. The purpose of this video here now is your input makes me think about what I'm doing, and it's it's one of the absolute benefits of doing these test models and sending it out there and seeing what you think about it. Okay, a few of the comments that stand out that I'd like to address in this video, and that it's changed my thinking slightly about how this bridge is going to go. So one of the comments that came in was to do with the way the pathway of the turbo elevator coming up through here. The idea is that the elevator comes up here this way, slides around in that pathway, and then it kind of turns around to align itself with the exit here into this very super narrow access corridor. And the reason it is super narrow, as mentioned in the previous video, is because of the hull here. Now the comment said, instead of it turning all the way around, so there's like a really narrow corridor here, why not just have it come to facing this way, so the exit comes out into this wider maintenance corridor here, and that would make more sense, and that was actually my original intention. However, you can see that I'll just use this piece of white card representing the sliding doors. You can see that if that is the case, there is no room for this door to slide out, because the Spock's station is there, and also there is no room this way either for, if it was a double door, to slide, because you can see clearly now that door opening is kind of moving, is getting caught in the hull curve there. So that was the reason why I had it turning inwards, so that the doors had lots of space either side to slide open. But since then I've had another idea, because the whole point of this turbo elevator sliding around here, my idea was that this is for like a maintenance crew coming up. So of course you can have like a bridge crew coming up here and heading over to the regular entrance on the bridge. But also my idea was that you could have a maintenance crew coming up if there are any issues arising with the bridge. But then my thoughts have changed on that slightly, and my idea has moved more towards that this elevator and this pathway these pathways here are exclusively for bridge personnel. So yes, it still slides up and it can go along the pathway here, but it is not access for maintenance crew. This is now just in storage, okay, ready for if the bridge crew need it, it can come into position. If another elevator is coming up, this one can move across to make space for that, and the same thing on this side. As far as the maintenance crew go, my idea now is, so this is the maintenance corridor moving around the bridge, and my idea originally with this here was that it was space for one of those tri-ladders to give access to deck 2, to and from the bridge maintenance corridor down to deck 2 and up. But now I'm thinking, why not have one or two of these that are actually small turbo elevators for maintenance crew? And then of course somewhere around the maintenance corridor can be one of those tri-ladders, or you know, one both sides for access down to deck 2. But we could have two of these smaller turbo elevators purely for maintenance crew, and these turbo elevators would go all the way down maybe to deck 7 or maybe deck 8. So it's just a straight line, and it would be exclusively for maintenance crew. Again, let me know what you think about that change in thinking, that change of plan. One more thing that I would really like to address in this is that quite a few comments are saying, hey, with this big maintenance corridor around the bridge, does that not change the size of the dome of the bridge from the filming model? And yes, it does. It changes it by about this much here. So a few meters. If the bridge elevator was here, the curving hull would start about here, okay? But I've extended that, so it's extended by about this much, which does mean that I will be increasing the size of the saucer by approximately the same. As far as the outside of the ship goes, you would never notice that. It's literally a few meters, literally. You would never notice that at all. And it basically, if I have to increase the size of the entire ship by 2 meters, then, you know, it's okay. And like emphasized in the previous video and other videos, this is not the TV Enterprise. This is, in my interpretation, my presentation, for me, this is how I would see the Enterprise if it was a real ship, not a TV set. So I hope that directly answers some of the comments that came in. Like I say, I love engaging with people in the comments section. Those are my thoughts. So how do you feel about that? How do you feel about that this is not the TV Enterprise, that it is the real Enterprise, or as real as a fictional ship can get? Slightly bigger. I mean, you know, when we see the normal, the usual Enterprise, it's usually this big, going through space, or, you know, if it's coming to, if the whole ship is increased by 2 meters, then you're not going to notice that. And all it's going to do is give a much more, in my humble opinion, a much more sensible, realistic version of this wonderful ship, this incredible ship. As you know from the previous video, the next stage now is that I'm going to head down to the Architect Supply store, get everything I need, and then start building the finished version of this, and I really can't wait to get into that. As always, I hope this video finds you well. I'll see you soon with the next video. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.